think the way the health message was presented to you had an impact on how you handled it?
I think so. Just because there's so much, like, at least where I was growing up, like so much emphasis on like weight loss, especially like that seemed to be a big focus, and like always trying to like eat a certain way, get like, sunlight, rest, exercise. Like that was so driven into my head that I was like, I have to do this. Like this is like basically what God is telling us to do. And if I don't do
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
like what's going to happen to me?
yeah. Do you remember the acronym? What was it? New Start?
Yep. Hmm.
What did the N
Hmm.
stand for? I can't even remember it. Like
Is it nutrition?
nutrition? Yeah,
I think
nutrition, uh,
exercise.
exercise, water,
Mhm.
sunshine,
Sunshine,
temperance? It was a T, temperance?
maybe that sounds right.
Yeah, start. What's that stand for?
Air,
Oh, that's what the A stand for?
I
Air?
think so. Fresh air. Um,
Rest and
I don't remember the
there's
other
another
T.
T.
Yeah,
Temperance? No, we already said temperance. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. Okay. But yeah, I remember the New Start. We had a book that
Hmm.
was growing up that had the New Start and like all these
Hmm.
health principles. Like for me growing up, my mom was very taken with the health message as well, because that's kind of what she used to suffer from seizures, and then when she changed her diet, they went away, and it's kind of
Hmm.
what she kind of really latched onto, and it's kind of her thing even till this day. But I think growing up, it impacted. I'm looking back, I realized that it was probably not healthy. Like it was toxic the way I internalized it, because I used
Hmm.
to think like eating between meals was a sin, drinking while
Hmm.
you're eating. I
Yep.
thought people who ate meat were sinning, and I was like,
Yep.
whoa. I was like, this is crazy. It was like, because my mom used to like, oh no, Ellen White says when God's people are translated, flesh foods would cease to be a part of their diet. And I was like,
Hmm.
what are you saying? Are you saying like they have to stop, or they won't go to heaven? So I thinking about this as an adult, I'm like, none of that can be accurate. Like that's kind of a toxic
Hmm.
presentation of what this good intention, goodwill health message is
Absolutely.
supposed to be, but
Yeah.
then the way it's presented in real life, it always ends up being something that's a little bit negative or not too healthy. But
Hmm.
sorry, this is not about me though. Sorry, just circling
No,
back. But
I mean, I agree. Like
yeah,
it's similar. Like there's
yeah,
so many good principles behind it, but it's like how we internalize it and take that in and what we do with it. And I
yeah.
wasn't making the best, healthiest decisions with that information.
Yeah. So it was still the desire to be perfect. Did you feel like you trying to lose more weight was making you, or it didn't become about God at all at this point? It was just kind of about you then.
Yeah, it
Okay.
started. Yeah, it became definitely more about me and like
Yeah.
just focus on numbers and weight and all of that stuff. It started with like, okay, I'm going to be, a better Christian or a better whatever because of this, and then transformed into something really selfish.
Yeah. Jeez. So how did others around you perceive you as you were going through this? Did anyone try to be like, hey, maybe take it a little easy, or like what was that like?
Not very many people actually came up and talked to me. I think I had a couple of friends one day that said like, like we've noticed that you're like losing more weight. Like we really want to make sure that you like start eating more or whatever. And
Mhm.
start like even watching me at meals. And I like felt even more trapped. So then I come up with excuses like, oh, I got to do homework, so I can't go, or go when they weren't there, or like, oh, I've
Mhm.
got to work. So like, I know they had good intentions, but it didn't really work. And it just kept me more isolated from people. And I think eventually I was the one that went to the dean and was I really need help. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So tell us about that, like going to the dean and what happened transpired after that.
After that, they did send me home, like, and I was doing like work from home just so I could get like the treatment that I needed. And that was my sophomore year. So I had planned to like go all 4 years, but throughout that like year after my sophomore year or the summer after my sophomore year, like I just kept getting worse and worse, and I needed so much more treatment that they decided not to re-enroll me into the boarding school. So I went to the local Adventist school where my parents had lived, and just to like work on my treatment. But I was stuck in it for quite a while.